Hey crystal lovers, Ashley Levy here with the Love and Light School of Crystal Therapy. And in this video, I want to talk about one of my favorite crystals for self-love. That's malachite. Now, why does malachite work so well for self-love? Because malachite is a pretty strong crystal. Some people say it feels really intense to them, but I find that this only happens if you have some blockages that you need to clear or some things that you really need to get out of your field. So if you have stuck or stagnant emotional energy, basically that stuff that we call baggage, then malachite might feel a little bit intense. But you know what? This is because it's helping you to clear and release things that are no longer serving you. So let's dig into malachite. I brought one of my favorite pieces that I just got from the Tucson Gem and Mineral show this year. So this is it, and you can see it forms with these little kind of bullseyes, almost like little stalactites. So when it forms, these are actually tall little spiky pillars a lot of the time, or it's at least can be botryoidal, which means kind of bubble shaped. So that's how you get these little bullseye shapes once it is polished down. So this malachite is a copper-based mineral, and copper is a great mineral for conducting energy, moving energy, amplifying energy, but it's also one of my favorite things for self-love. So we see copper minerals often display blue and green in their colors because once they've oxidized or been exposed to oxygen, they turn from that orange color that we're so used to seeing copper when it's in its kind of pure state to being an oxidized form, green like malachite, bright blue like chrysocolla, deep blue like azurite. These are all copper-based minerals. So with our malachite that is copper-based, this copper relates to both the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. So our center for love and the emotions. The sacral chakra is also kind of our home for our inner self. This is where our subconscious kind of resides. This is where the feelings and energies that we hold about ourselves, those beliefs that we have about ourselves, that's where these kind of reside and get stuck in our field. So if we feel like we're undeserving, unworthy, if we have a hard time loving ourselves, or if we know that we're worthy and deserving, but we feel like we always put others first. And I think this is such a common issue that healers and empaths have. We have this inner drive, this soul mission to be of service to others, so then we forget to nurture ourselves. That was part of my reason for getting such a giant hunk of malachite, is so that it sits in my healing space and is a reminder to nurture self. Now, do you need to work with a big piece? Absolutely not. A little piece is just as good. And in fact, one that's kind of portable that you can put in your pocket and keep with you on the day-to-day and work with is perfect because you have it there as a touchstone for some support. So how do you actually work with this? It's great to know what the crystals do, but how do you actually work with this crystal? Well, if you just hold it over your heart and sit and breathe through. Really ask yourself some hard questions. Do a bit of soul searching. Where does this need for self-love right now come from? Because we all need self-love. We all need it from time to time. But what's making you think about it right now? How have you been neglecting yourself? How have you been forgetting to set healthy boundaries or being unwilling to set healthy boundaries? How have you been feeling burnt out? Have you been putting others first and neglecting yourself? How is it that you can then change that? What's one thing that you can do, one action you can take right away to change that? What can you do for yourself right now? Malachite helps that conductivity of energy because it has the copper in it to help you really channel through the best thing for you at this time. So get in touch with your inner self, get in touch with your subconscious mind, and let those messages kind of percolate through to your conscious mind, and let the stone help you kind of tap into that part of yourself that knows what to do, but you just haven't done it yet. So that's one way. Sit in silence with this crystal held over your heart and just wait for those messages to come through. Now, how else can you work with this crystal? Well, another really great way is to work with it on emotional release. So a great way to do this is to make yourself comfortable somewhere, lay down, close your eyes, and put this stone between and just below your feet. Then consciously intend to release that baggage. So if there's a particular situation that has felt really draining to you, if there's a person that's felt a little bit draining or has been testing your boundaries, or if there's something, a belief that you've been holding about yourself that you're ready to let go of, feel all that energetic baggage move down through your body and be sucked out by that malachite crystal. Feel the malachite draw it out like a magnet, because this crystal is here to support you on your journey to finding more self-love, more self-nurturing. So if you can intend to let that energy flow through. I kind of picture it like I'm getting a little rinse off from the universe. So I feel universal energy come in through my crown chakra and just sweep and push down any of that unwanted energy, any energy I want to release, any outworn belief patterns down through my body, and feel the malachite pulling it out. And the reason that we place it at the feet is because this is also very grounding. So as that energy leaves your body, it's helping to calm you. You're getting in your body, you're getting centered as this is taking place. Because the reason that we're often resistant to the idea of letting go of that baggage is because it means change. And change is scary because we don't know, are things going to get better? Are they going to get worse? Our conscious mind plays tricks on us, and our ego mind gets in the way. Like, tell me if this has happened to you, right? Let me know in the comments below this video, because I know that my subconscious and conscious minds get in the way anytime I need to make a change. And no matter how much practice I have, it's always still there. The trick is knowing how to deal with it, understanding that you have control over your thoughts and you can choose to think in a different way. So this isn't about perfection, and this isn't about needing to have perfect thoughts about yourself all the time, but this is recognizing when those other thoughts start to creep in and putting them in their place, getting them in check. So reach for your malachite when you have that happen. So as soon as you recognize that thought, grab your piece of malachite, put it between your feet, do this exercise where you visualize those thoughts and energies leaving your body, because you know what? You don't need that. You don't have time for that. You don't have to hang on to that. You can let it go. Let it go and let it flow. That is like such a good mantra to hold in mind while you're doing this. So just focus on your breathing, think about that thing you want to release, and then let it go and let it flow. Feel the malachite pull that energy out. If you want to light a candle during this, light some incense, make it a nice little ritual for yourself. You might want to make this a weekly routine. Do this once a week. What can you let go of this week that's weighing you down, that you don't need in your life anymore? Give this a try. So I would love to know, if you do try this out, what your experience was like. I hope that it's really positive for you. If it feels difficult the first time or the first couple times, don't give up on it. Like all things, it gets easier with practice. You start to feel it deeper. This isn't a one time and you fix it forever kind of process. This is a continual process because we're always working on self-improvement. Like I said, this isn't about perfection, perfect thoughts. This is about recognizing the issue and taking action to change it in your life. Making a conscious choice about how you want to feel and how you want to be in your life. This is what it's all about. So make this a weekly habit and just let go of anything. Or if you feel something come up in the moment and you're like, ooh, this can't wait until my appropriated day. I need to grab my malachite and do this right now. Do it. You will feel so much better, because you know what? It helps you feel like you have a little bit of control. Sometimes our minds kind of run away from us and get out of control. This brings it back into control, and it feels so good to know that you can choose to think differently. So I really, really hope that you will make a date night for yourself once a week with your malachite, that you can just release those things that don't feel good and focus on self-love. Focus on nurturing yourself and taking time for those things that really matter most. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Ashley Levy of the Love and Light School of Crystal Therapy. And until next time, crystal blessings.